It's time now for the Hart and Simmons Coaches Show with Coach Jesse Burleson. Coach, 13th year. 13th year we've been doing a coaches show together.
That is hard to believe now that you say it out loud. I haven't really even thought of that. That's pretty amazing.
How's camp gone?
It was a long camp. I mean, we brought our guys in on August the 8th, so we've had them for over 3 weeks, and just started classes on Monday. So it was a long camp, but it was a very productive camp. We feel really good about where we are right now.
I assume they're ready to see somebody in a different color uniform.
We're ready to strike some strangers. I promise you that. Coach Keeling used to always say that, and we're definitely in that mode right now.
Well, let's talk about the offense first of all. You got Galen Glenn back at quarterback, and your stable of 3 running backs, and Noah Garcia and Miles Featherston and Colton Marshall, but wide receiver, we're going to see some new faces.
You will. You'll see some guys that haven't started any games, but have played in some. You'll see KJ Peoples and Jazair George. They were our punt returners last year, kickoff return guys, and then played some at receiver. But they'll have a more expanded role, and then you're going to see a bunch of new guys that you haven't seen before. And we're really excited about this crew, and they have just. They've kind of exceeded expectations to this point, so we're really excited to see them out on the field.
Then on the offensive line, Miguel Valdez back for one more year, but otherwise, it's new people, but they've all played a lot, right?
We do play in depth on the offensive line, so you'll have guys that you've seen out there. Mike Callahan that's played a lot at center, Khalil Spivey. Brian Hargrove, James Sandifer, those guys have all played and played quite a bit and played well, and so they'll just be stepping into a new role as the starters.
And defensively, 8 starters back, so you're very much a veteran defensive team.
Yep, that's going to be a big part of the strength of our team. I think, especially when you look at that defensive line as deep as they are, and then having leaders like Matt Mitchell and those guys at the linebacker core, and then having an extremely athletic secondary. That's a good combination to have.
Matt Mitchell came back for one more season. I hardly can remember when Matt Mitchell wasn't playing your middle linebacker.
I told him at one point, I can't remember, it was during camp, and I said, I think you've been here as long as I have. I've been here 17 years back as a coach, and I think he's been here pretty much the whole time.
That's pretty comforting to have somebody with that experience back there.
You're not kidding. I'll keep him for as many as he'll stay around.
Okay, let's talk about Albright, a team from Pennsylvania. You've never played before. I know nothing about them.
They are huge. They are a gigantic team. I mean, they have size at every position. It's one of those things. I mean, the interior defensive linemen are just mountains. I mean, they're 330, 340, big, huge individuals. The offensive line is gigantic. I think they have one guy listed at 385, and so they're also their quarterback. I think they're going to end up starting a freshman quarterback is like 6'6", 250. So they have an immense amount of size. They play a lot of man coverage on defense and bring a lot of blitzes, so we'll have to be prepared for that. And then offensively, it's going to be kind of there'll be a spread, kind of type of mentality, but they're going to mix in some other stuff as well.
I assume you hope your speed counters their size then.
That is definitely one thing that we're counting on, to be able to get our guys in space and be able to allow them to do the things that they're best at doing. So we've got a few plans in the works for that.
What's been the biggest surprise? Has been any big surprise in camp?
I think the speed of the progress with the wide receivers has been a pleasant surprise. We knew that they had the talent, but we didn't know how long it was going to take for those guys to be able to pick it up, and they've just taken it and they've devoured every piece of information we've given them, and they've just gotten better and better. So I'd say that's probably the one pleasant surprise.
Coaches always, you got a veteran team in many ways, but you never know what to expect in the first game. What do you want to see from your team in this first game?
My expectations are really high. I don't want it to. I don't want it to look like a first game. I want us to be able to, change our personnel on and off the field and on all 3 phases, and be able to go execute the basic stuff that we've been working since day one. Fundamentally, we better be great, because that's where it's all going to start. And then I think once we get out there and the game starts going, I think our guys are going to settle in and be able to play really, really well.
And Albright is kind of an indication that you got 3 new opponents on the schedule this year.
Yeah, and that's kind of exciting. It's I think some people would say, "Oh, you don't know anything about them," but I think that's a great thing. It helps you to prepare and to see different ways of doing it in different locations in the country. So we're really excited about the opportunity.
Well, Coach, we're looking forward to the season. It'll be another great one. Good luck.
Thanks, Al. Appreciate it.
And that's the Hart and Simmons Coaches Show with Coach Jesse Burleson. Back with more after we take this time out.